He's knocked down threes, right back to the point guard. Easy jumper for Kemba.
Oh, Kemba is absolutely bristled.
Exposed.
Steph Curry and Kyle Lowry have the kind of numbers that Walker has from outside the arc. On a stop and go move. Fade away on the base.
Again, if you don't get up there on these screens, a quick guard like that will just tear you apart.
Oh, goodness. Oh, how quick is that? Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Kemba Walker trying to get to the lane. Does
it? Kemba Walker, smallest guy on the floor. Kemba, little stutter step, change of pace.
This is what the Cavaliers didn't do. Use everybody. They're using everybody tonight because they're getting a little bit more penetration from the other guy. Whoa, look at
Watch Kemba warm up like we've done his entire career. His warm-up sessions are a lot quicker this year.
Right now. Oh, here comes Walker again. Oh, the crossover. He loses Jennings. Now he attacks O'Quinn.
Second half triple, fourth of the ball game. Kemba, great move to create space. For three. Kemba.
Walker against Rivers. Nice move.
Keep fighting through there. They're not going to give you that call.
Kemba Walker. He lost Nico. Picked up by Lopez and then has to run it down. And then he beats Lopez and fires the jumper.
Timeout by Luke Walton. Lakers, Kemba Walker. Ball fake is beautiful.
Channing Fryer. 3 free balls. He's got 9. Kemba Walker. Afterthought Jay.
The wing pick like that. If Rubio's going to open up and force him to the baseline side, which is why you ice it, 4 for Kemba Walker, and hopefully they can get a switch like they just got. If you get caught up on the screen, the big has to switch, and he's, as a big, you've got to back off him to get that cushion.
Walker's not only averaging a career high in
The next open pass.
He's in the top 10 in the NBA in threes. So is Nick. Kemba Walker. He's going to have to fire it right now. He gets it all the way down.
Defensively, if they can do it against Houston, they should, in theory, be able to be successful against these Hornets.
Plays it up, plays it in. The Hornets look sharp. Walker against John Lure.
By MKG. Hornets playing with their starting 5 together. Kemba weaves inside and hosts the Charlotte Hornets.
Now here's Chris, loses the handle. Down it comes to Walker, splits the defense, goes all the way.
What a finish here at the Palace. John Lord, Tobias, and Marcus Morris up front. Walker gets to the basket.
30. His first points of the fourth quarter.
That screen was out there.
To the free throw line for the irrepressible Kemba Walker.
They took away his 3, so he couldn't shoot the 3, Eric, but he's going to get it. Could get it to convention.
Huge hoop right there. Walker weaves through everybody.
Almost had Nico come out of his shoes. Here comes Kemba Walker. He drives, he shoots, he scores.
Pretty good defensive player, too, and Walker lost them very easily. Look at this, Ian.
Walker splits defenders off the wing.
See if Nelson is okay. Walker.
27. Walker split the D. Right back at Walker. He does that to guards, never mind the 7-footers.
Walker splits defenders.
So can he.
The champ step.
It's a year ago meeting to get the Hornets home slate started. Step back, Kemba. Happened though. Kemba Walker dials it up from distance. His first 3-pointer of the night.
He's got a quick 9 in the opening quarter. Oof. Walker.
Walker got what he wanted, the mismatch with KP.
Up there, 11 or 12. Here comes somebody, hits a big 3. This time you just sink in a little bit too far.
Kemba Walker over the top.
One with Kemba Walker, and Kemba Walker has scored.
Walker with the shot. No.
Walker, guarded by Smith. Steps back for his jumper. Shot clock not a problem for the Hornets as Walker stopped in a dime.
And they've got the lead back, 82-80.
For Porzingis. Walker sidesteps Herman Gomez, pulls back out again, has the mismatch. Drives on him again, the scoop layup.
Remember, he took Herman Gomez to school last night to send the game into OT. This time
records in the NBA, the Charlotte Hornets. You can't walk away.
Play in the quarter. Lakers at 53%. 52% for Charlotte.
Detroit has gone ice cold. Kemba just jumped.
And it's through.
Go ahead, Tobias.
This guy doesn't have to get hot. He stays hot.
Kemba Walker in the open floor has 22. Walker. Kemba's going to drop back to do. Walker one man to beat. Dances.
Kemba's going to try to, use the off arm.
Tapped around, finally cleared by MKG. Hornets with a pulse. Here comes Kemba. Yes!
D by Kid Gilchrist. He won that battle. Walker pushing. Liggins hustling back. Anticipating where Walker was going to go. Walker keeps the dribble alive.
Knew he was going to come out and get his.
Right.
He's going after it.
It'll be Walker. And
Left-handed layup.
Walker gets past Morris and lays it in.
Been so good this year. So aggressive attacking the basket. As Walker the crossover drives inside.
But Twine finally gets it to Walker.
Jaren Grant hit that one right there, and Denzel 3 of 4. Walker, hard drive, and the layups.
His man's, and then Kemba saw a wide open area. This little floater.
Kemba, pointer. First time he's made a triple tonight. Kemba wheels around.
Hey guys, I know you get a vote coming up soon to see who's going to the All-Star game. Don't forget about me.
Kemba splits the double team, gets inside, and
From downtown tonight, which makes him a 23 for his last 34 over a 12-game stretch. That's almost 67% shooting from downtown.
Afternoon, Billy Donovan calls timeout. Shot clock inside 5. Walker crossing over, stepping back on ground.
Scoring column.
I mean, you're trying to force him.
Trending in the right direction. Walker pulls up over Bielitsa.
for the Lakers. Kemba against Randall. Step back. And the bounce back in that body of his. He's now got 4 points. Kemba.
Get his groove on. He's got 10 points all in this quarter. Walker. It's
Unbelievable. Their second comeback. It's tough.
18-1 run.
Kaminsky, Kid Gilchrist, and Nicholas Batum for the Hornets.
Hornet shooting has taken a nosedive.
Back to the line, he'll go. Kemba.
Walker picked up on the mismatch by Griffin.
Game 110-106. Shot clock at 10. Kemba Walker finds the shot.
Nick snapping and knocks down a triple. Midway here in the second. Walker, a little stop and go move. And on the baseline,
Getting rebound.
Yeah.
Walker for the open jumper.
Kemba smells blood.
Kemba trying to answer.
Very quickly, I might add. Walker stops for 3. Got him.
Holding the Raptors to 36% field goal shooting so far. Only 3 made triples, all in the second.
Kemba Walker with a clock at 4. Going to have to shoot it over a big man. John Lord does it. He
remaining for the Bulls for the Hornets, 2:20s. Kemba Walker skids to a stop to 3.
For Cody, he's in double figures, 11 points. Hornets final look, it'll count if it goes. And it's out! February long.
The problem with those turnovers, though, is that they're getting transition.
Killing him tonight. His 5th three-pointer. Getting ready for the final shot of the third quarter. It's Kemba fires it.
Does have to get 30 for them to win.
Walker.
Kemba. MKG. Yeah.